Here's what you need to know about joining TOA Global team while staying at home. Hi everyone, I'm Emmanuel Cruz and I'm a recruitment officer at TOA Global. I'll be sharing our most in-demand job openings here at TOA Global. But first, let's talk about why you should join TOA Global. Here's what Edlin, one of our team members, has to say about being part of the TOA Global team. Now that you know why you should join our team, let's talk about one of our more coveted roles, the paraplanner role. Here's what the job needs: a degree in BS Accountancy or Business and equivalent, with RG 146 certification, as well as 2 to 3 years of work experience in accounting, and lastly, awesome English communication skills. If you have what I just described, then now's the perfect time for you to join us. You may send your resumes over to careers@toaglobal.com or apply online at toajobs.com.ph. By the way, our recruitment process has completely gone virtual, which means your interviews will be done online or via phone to ensure your safety and convenience. And that's a wrap! Again, thanks for listening. I'm Emmanuel Cruz, your recruitment officer. If you have any questions regarding our job openings, feel free to place a comment down below. For now,
welcome to our TOA Global offices, where the well-being of our team members has been our utmost priority. Especially today, with the delicate situation relating to COVID-19, our team has been diligently putting in place elevated safety and sanitation protocols, adhering to the WHO guidelines. We're here to prepare for when our team members go back to the office at 100% full capacity across all 3 locations in the Philippines. For general safety, we always mandate our team members to wear their masks. Our team continuously monitors incoming guests' body temperature before entering our offices. Implementation of safe distancing in all areas will take place. Upon arriving in the office, everyone is required to use our footpath mat to help kill bacteria and viruses on the soles of their shoes. Hand sanitizers will be something our team members can conveniently find in different corners of our offices with high visibility. We have also increased the frequency of cleaning and sanitizing of all common public areas, as well as high touch point areas such as doorknobs, restroom surfaces, coffee pot handles or dispensers, and water cooler handles. Additional office amenities such as free disposable masks are also available for your convenience. Employees can dine at ease as all guidelines adhere to strict social distancing guidelines, adapting to the new normal. As the new normal continues to develop, TOA Global is committed to constantly adapting to and implementing new available systems to ensure a safe environment for all of our staff. As always, stay safe, stay awesome.
Shout out to all the job seekers from Clark and Cebu. It's time to join the TOA Global team while staying at home. Hi everyone, my name is Mai and I'm the head of sourcing for TOA Global. I'll be sharing with you our most in-demand job openings here at TOA Global, but first, let me tell you why you should join us. Here's what Chester, a TOA team member, has to say about TOA Global.
TOA is like a second chest. In my past job, I've been with accounting and then nawala ako sa accounting. And TOA gave me an opportunity para makabalik. I'm very happy na ako nandito and kaya nga inspired ako na ngayon na magtrabaho dahil at my age, nabigyan din ako ng opportunity again. And salamat po sa TOA.
Now that you know why you should be part of the team, let me talk to you about our awesome job opportunities. Our top openings are for accountants, bookkeepers, admin assistants, and paraplanners. And here are the minimum qualifications. At least 1 year relevant work experience, bachelor's degree holder, and of course, excellent English communication skills, both written and oral. If you have what I just described, then it's time to join us. Send your resumes to careers@toaglobal.com, or you may also apply online at toajobs.com.ph. And by the way, we have gone virtual, which means your interviews will be done online and via phone to ensure your safety and convenience. And that's a wrap. If you have any questions regarding our job openings, feel free to comment below. For now, stay safe and stay awesome, everyone. Hello there. Welcome to TOA Talks, and we are on our second episode already. I'm your host, Maricarno Natati, but you can also call me. Yes, it's TGI Friday, and it's a special non-working holiday here in the Philippines in observance of Ninoy Aquino Day. So most of you perhaps are at home. So I'd like you to sit back, relax as we hear from our guests for today. So for today's edition of TOA Talks, I will be joined by two awesome folks. The Director of Operations, Pocholo Niebres, and Talent Acquisition Supervisor, Lon Hernandez. If you happen to know them both, please say hi in the comment below. So Poch and Lon, good morning to both of you. Kindly introduce yourselves and perhaps give us a fun fact about yourself.
Yeah, hi. I'm Lon Hernandez, Talent Acquisition Supervisor for Clark Office. So, fun fact about me. Okay. So, I actually have a unique name. So, my real name is Nunilon. I know, it's a bit. Others say that's it's weird, but I find it very unique, and I like it. Yeah.
Neonalon is a
I don't
unique
get
name.
Hit status in NBI because of my unique name.
But you prefer to be called Lon, right?
Unilon.
But I sometimes I should call it Unilon.
Unilon.
Quite long. Mm-hmm. Hi there, Poch. How are you? Poch, can you hear us? Okay, so before we start our interviews, I just want to share our exciting game for today. So we will be randomly selecting 3 Starbucks GC winners. So you can be one of the winners by simply tagging a friend in the comment below. You have to stay tuned until the end of this event to find out if you were one of the lucky winners. Okay, so I hope Poch is ready. Hi, Poch. Can you hear us now? Olay, our one of our directors is tuned in. Hello there, Olay. Good morning. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me now?
Mai is also tuned in. Yes, Poch, can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Poch, I was asking earlier, like, if you could share us a fun fact about yourself.
Oh, okay. Sure. First up, my name's Poch, Director for Operations. I don't know how much I missed. Fun fact about me. Well, I guess I'd call myself. I'd call myself to be a closet nerd. I'd love to study and figure out how things work, and for some reason, people don't believe me when I say that.
Why do you think they? Why don't they believe you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it often comes as a surprise whenever I talk about a lot of stuff, and I actually know a lot of details, sometimes even useless details about stuff. So,
Mhm,
I've
mhm.
started to describe myself that way. I think it's a pleasant surprise. I don't think anything negative of it. But yeah, I think it
Right.
catches a lot of people off guard.
Okay. I think Poch is really ready. So let me head on to my interview with you, Poch.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Let me start by asking you this question. Why did you choose TOA Global?
Mm. Okay. All right. So TOA, when I first met the folks at TOA from recruitment and down to the person who interviewed me, I think what really got my attention is that they presented me with a vision, especially for the position that I was being screened for, that really resonated with me. And a lot of it has to do really with how much I felt like they cared about advancing my career. I saw that there's going to be plenty of opportunities for me moving forward, and then I have this really soft spot for developing and further advancing the outsourcing opportunities in the country. And I thought TOA is doing such a great job in doing that. We're not just limiting outsourcing to contact centers. We're doing a lot of professional services. Of course, accounting is the bread and butter. So that really resonated to me, and I wanted to be a part of TOA just by hearing that vision. And of course, it doesn't help that I like the vibe of the people I met first from your recruiting team, and of course the folks who also recruited me as part of my interview process. I thought they were very authentic, and that's really the kind of environment I want to be a part of.
Great. So tell us about your most memorable hiring experience here at TOA.
Ooh. Okay. Uh, I think I had a very unique experience with when I joined TOA. In fact, it was the very first time in my career that I've had experienced that. So to summarize it for everyone, my joining of TOA was the first time that I actually had to retract on a verbally agreed offer from another company. So the story was that one company had already given me an offer, I think 2, 3 days before TOA had finalized its offer. But again, I really felt that great vibe having met Ben, who's now my boss. And I told them that if I can get a few more days, I'd like to see what TOA has. And so I waited, and uh, eventually I received TOA's offer, but it didn't feel like it was something that I liked initially. So it came to a point where we spent the whole morning just going back and forth. And that was really that first time that I felt how much TOA really cared for my career development. We can say that it was my first keeping it real moment. And just to give you an idea how close that was, I was about 2 hours away from looking at another company's offer and saying yes to it. And then TOA swooped in and made this very decisive offer, and I just had to grab it. And yeah, that's my story, and I'm here now. And I
And
don't
Poch,
yeah,
you just made the right choice by
I
joining.
really believe so. Yeah, I really believe so. I just want to say that for both TOA and that other company I was speaking with, I just felt so blessed and privileged to be treated the way I was. Looking back now, I realized that wow, it's so nice to be wanted. But at that exact moment, it was actually a very stressful morning for me because I didn't really know what to do. Again, that was the first time I had to say no to someone who already said that they're willing to do this and that for me. But yeah, I mean, TOA really had the edge at that moment, and I'm actually glad. 7 weeks in, and I was glad I made that decision.
We welcome you again to TOA.
Thank
So
you.
I'm sure we have a lot of job seekers who are tuned into us right now, may be passive or active. I'm sure you can give them, some tips on how can they get noticed by the recruiters, right?
Of
So could you
course.
please share with us what you did also and what you have been doing
Sure, sure.
with regard to your LinkedIn profile and your CV and what? Just give them some tips so they can learn from you too.
Yeah, sure, sure. You mentioned LinkedIn. I'll touch on that. I would say, that a lot of the stuff I've learned also, I learned maybe in the last 6 months. So if you're seeking for jobs right now, for work right now, and you're thinking that there's so much things that I need to incorporate, it's okay, because there's so many, there've been so many changes right now. I mean, I haven't really, I'm not an active job seeker, right? I've had 3 jobs in the last 10 years, so it's not as if I look for jobs quite often. And I guess there's just so much that's happening right now that you just really need to keep yourself up to date. So let me start off with that. My tips, I'll probably segment it to 2 portions, right? Because I know that we have a lot of job seekers who are young and quite new into the workforce, but we also have a lot of experienced job seekers understanding the current situation right now with a lot of people not having any work. So for those that are getting started, for our young job seekers, for me, get the prioritize getting that exposure first. That's probably my biggest tip. Find the place or find a company that's going to teach you to become a real pro, a real professional. And what does this mean? Simple stuff like just learning to be on time, whether it's your interview, it's your shift starts, or even just on any commitment that you make that you're going to do this on this day or in this hour. Just find a company that actually values that, that holds you accountable to delivering those commitments. For me, that's really what being a professional is all about, right? When you make a promise, when you make a commitment, you actually deliver it. And then another part of being professional, I believe, is someone who constantly improves. And so I think it's important that you have a company that supports your development. And I think when you do that, you start to own your own development and you start to create value of yourself. As far as what you'll do, I guess for the first time or younger job seekers out there, I would say, learn to be a pro in your application and start with there. Read your resume, review your resume. Making one resume is not enough. Sometimes you have to make a resume specifically for the jobs you're applying for. So carefully curate it, read it, make sure the details there are relevant to the work and to the company that you're going to talk to. There are technologies right now as well that screen for that. So be very aware. If you haven't heard of ATS, that's something that's very important. I'm sure, Maya, you're familiar with that. And normally, one of the things I've read, and I've learned this in the last 6 months too, while I was looking for a job myself, is that's really where a lot of candidates fall through. So if you have, these unrelated lines or experiences, chances are you won't even get to an interview at a recruiter if you can't get through that initial screening for ADS. So, be a professional pretty much. Be a professional in your application, and then be a professional when you actually look for the company and you start talking to companies that you want to work for. For the experienced applicants, I know there's a lot out there right now, and there's so much people, great and talented people that are not employed. I would say let's continue to keep up with the demands. There's so much new technologies, there's so much new practices at the moment, and there's a lot of skills that probably didn't exist 5 or 3 years ago that are actually quite useful and quite relevant to the workforce today. So let's make sure we've kept up. You talked about branding earlier. That's one skill that probably five 5 years ago wasn't that important, but now, with the advent of social media and LinkedIn, I think it's really important, if you have a lot of experience, that you have some strong branding. What does your LinkedIn page look like? Ask yourself about this. Sometimes even your social media page, like your Facebook, what will people actually see there, right? When they look at you, would you want to employ yourself if you look at your own Facebook page or LinkedIn page? And I think that in itself, some questions you'd want to ask about branding. And probably the last, and one thing I even learned about myself when I was looking for a job, especially for the experienced ones like me, know your value. That for me is very important. It's so tempting nowadays to settle and just take the first job that comes in. But if you have the right value, if you have the right experience, the right job will come with you. And this right job for me could be an employer that really appreciates you, a culture that you want to be part of, or I'll be really authentic with everyone. If you just want to get paid, then make sure you get paid. So things like that, never forget them. Look out for it, because it's out there somewhere, right? I mean, there's a lot of unemployment. I get that, but there's also a lot of great opportunities, and I know in TOA we got plenty of them as well.
Yeah, and if I may add, Poch, on LinkedIn, if you have a LinkedIn account, there are some job seekers there are some profiles there who are updating their profile on LinkedIn if they're only actively looking for a job, which
That's
is
true.
wrong. we should always update our LinkedIn profile. And most importantly, because we, us recruiters always check
Yep,
your accounts on LinkedIn and your other social media accounts, right? So it's very important that you actually highlight or you showcase your achievements and your professional goals there, because that's what we always look at. That's what we
that's true.
always check. Yeah, and
That's true. That's true.
um, on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, make sure that you have a photo also, and it's a professional photo. Please avoid photos that are just um, um, poorly cropped or low
Yep.
resolution, right?
Group
That photo
photos.
should, yes, yes. So that photo should best represent you,
Yeah, yeah,
your
and then that's why
professional.
my yeah, that's why for me, it's important that you really look at your value and you think of yourself as a real professional, because it has to reflect in these platforms, right? Where you try to really bring out your brand, and you're almost as if you're selling it to the potential recruiters, whether you're actively looking or not. Because you're
Yes,
right. I mean, you guys are looking out there, and you're not necessarily looking for people who are looking for jobs. Sometimes you might actually tap someone and make them aware that there is an opportunity, and sometimes those are the best interactions too.
it is, and we advise you guys to connect connect with the recruiters on LinkedIn.
That's
Connect
true.
with us, right? Okay. Um, Thank you for all those tips, Posh. Now let's move on to your role here at
Sure.
TOA Global. Would you like to share with us your role and what is it about? How relevant that is here at TOA? Your daily activities, if you may.
Sure, sure. So I'm in charge of operations, particularly of all of our TOA locations, and it's quite a big footprint, if you think about it, right? That's 5 offices in particular across 3 cities in the Philippines, and especially with the challenges that we have now, it can get. It can become a very busy day. So by operations in TOA is not probably what a lot of our BPO friends would know as far as operations goes. So I know that in BPO we're used to operations being delivery to client requirements. So now in TOA, operations is actually operating the entire office. I mean, all 5 of these offices, from the very basic stuff like making sure that everything's working. There's electricity, there's internet, the desks are actually allotted for everyone, there's computers, to the day-to-day needs of everybody. If a client requires certain equipment, if a client needs to be transported when they're visiting, or even when we have to actually bring equipment across all 5 locations. So it's really the day-to-day activities that goes on to the site. And my customers are actually the employees themselves, like you, the people who use the offices, and indirectly even our clients. So it's quite a big footprint, so to speak. Facilities, administration, security, housekeeping, all work with me closely, and then indirectly I work with everybody. I work with HR, I'll work with talent, I'll work with IT, just to make sure that everything in the office works out. So if I were to simplify that, if you actually walk into a office and all you have to do is to enter the door, sit down on your station, turn on your computer, and everything works, then we've done our job, right? But if you walk into the office, you don't feel safe. The office is dark. No one's checked whether you've put on your mask. The equipment's not working. Then we're not doing our job. That's pretty much what we try to do, right? So we try to make it as seamless as we can for everyone, and we're very serious about that too. We measure ourselves to such high standards. We have what we call showroom standards with regards to the physical aspect of the office. I like to describe it to my group, to my team, as I want people to feel like they're going to a hotel, not to an office. So, I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel the warmth of everybody. And I want them to feel like, when they come in there, they're not thinking about, I have to clean up and I have to fix everything. Everything's pretty much set up for them correctly. And then, of course, we have to make sure that everyone's safe, especially nowadays with COVID. That's a very big thing. A lot of people are actually thinking about going to the office, but sometimes what's holding them back is the safety, right? Am I safe? Could I get the virus if I go to the office? So a big part of our responsibility is to make sure that that doesn't happen in the office. And so far, I'm pretty proud to report that since we've opened, even way back before I started in May, we've had 0 incidents of COVID in the workplace.
Yes.
In fact, even work from home, we continue to engage people to make sure that no one's contracting it, and we continue to give them the reminders. And I think this is really a large part to, one, the protocols that we've set, but the other aspect there is that we're not doing it alone too in operations, right? And I think that's the important thing about going to work nowadays and feeling safe around the COVID virus that's going around. You have to follow protocols, yes, but at the same time, you also have to commit personally in making sure that you are going to keep yourself safe, right? Which means you wear your mask, you keep your distance, you try to avoid as much contact as you can, and just really stick to your work, and just practice proper sanitation. And we do that for ourselves, and then we also do that, of course, for each other, whether us in the office or the people at home. I think it's that other element that's kept us 0 incidents even until today in TOA Global. I mean, every now and then, of course, you'd had these question marks, right? But overall, it's been a very safe workplace for us. And I'd actually like to commend everyone, especially whoever's watching here who's from TOA Global. Thank you for cooperating with us. It's not the easiest to do sometimes, to always submit yourself for inspection, for sanitation, but it's the right thing right now, and it's how we keep ourselves safe.
Right. I agree that, you mentioned earlier that protocols alone won't keep you safe from COVID, because you have to follow them. Right. And this is very helpful, Posh, because we have job seekers who are tuning in. And of course, they would like to hear that side from us. Like, how safe are they going to be once they start working here at TOA Global, right?
That's true. We take safety really seriously. In fact, for me, safety is not just a matter of rules and protocols. The much bigger element of safety is actually the human element into it, which is you want people to actually not think about these threats in the environment, right? If you're going to come to the office and 80% of what's in your head is that, am I going to get the virus? Am I going to bring it home? Am I going to get it from someone in the office? I'll tell you right now, you might as well not come to work, because you're not going to be productive. You're always going to be worried. And that's why we make it a point that we address that human element right away, right? From the minute you walk through the door, people are looking out for you. Our security team will greet you and make sure that you have your mask on, your hands are sanitized. For those who actually ride some of our shuttles, especially in Clark, we've got a lot of them. We make sure from the minute you board, right, that you follow. And of course, I'd like to say we follow minimum health standards, but to be honest with you, we don't. We actually go beyond them. In as much as we really try to provide everyone with more than what they'll need to keep themselves safe. And for me, it's beyond policy. It's because you just want that. That's how you treat a person, especially someone who's made an effort to come to work.
Thank you, Poch. My next question would be your plans for the PH operations for the rest of the year.
Ooh.
Would you like to share that with us? Just until Q4, at least.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's very interesting, right? Because when in this age of COVID coming in and really changing a lot of the day-to-day operations, you really have, I guess the key, the one word that I'll use to summarize my plans is to really start and challenge everyone's notion of operations. So challenge it's that key word for me. I want everyone to really feel like we can't force ourselves to go back to the way it was. There has to be something different, right? What that difference is, again, that could be that could vary, right? If you're in talent, something different may mean, maybe you spend less time in the office and do more of these, remote interviews that we're doing. If you're in operations, then we have to rethink, I don't know, how much space we provide across everybody else. And it's something that I would say it's a work in progress. So really my plan for Q4 is to really that, right? To challenge the thinking. We've done a lot of great stuff, but is that good enough, right? Second is that something that will sustain us for the rest of the year? What about 2021? I mean, it's already around the corner, whether we like it or not, it is going to happen. And we need to make sure that the things that we do in the next quarter, in terms of operations, will continue to sustain any progress that we've had towards 2021. So for me, I would probably just summarize it there. I don't want to go to too much of the details yet, but it really is challenging the thinking around how we run operations. We can't just sit back and say, we've got all the protocols in place and we're going to be comfortable. We shouldn't be. And this thing will evolve. The demands will evolve, and so we have to keep up, and we have to keep challenging ourselves to be better.
Yes. Lots of things to do up until the end of the year. Thank you, Poch, for being with TOA, and thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you for
having
keeping
me.
us safe. And thank you for the very beautiful breakout room here in BC.
Yeah, I love that. I wish there's more people that'll use it, right?
Yes. Well, it's just a holiday today, but normally people would come here if they want to play billiards, right? Okay, so thank you. We now have a deeper understanding and appreciation of your role here at TOA Poch, and I really thank you for sharing those with us. So we are about to head on to our talent acquisition supervisor's interview. Right. So I just want to remind our viewers once again to join our contest for today. We are giving away Starbucks GCs, and you can join by simply tagging a friend in a comment below. Also, in case you're wondering what the QR code is on your screen, there's a QR code there. You just need to open your phone cam and scan that QR code so that it can direct you to our application page. Okay, just open your phone cam and try it. If it works, right? It will lead you to our application page. We have some TOA folks who are tuned in to us right now. Again, thank you all live for joining us. Poch is trying the QR code. Is it working? We also have David and Oslek Cha, one of our managers, is tuned in, and Arlene. We appreciate your tips that you have just shared with them, Poch. Thank you. It indeed, Ola, it's fabulous. I always stay here. Okay. All right. So you know what? Lon has been with TOA for how many years already, Lon?
Going 5 on
Going 5.
October 14th. Yeah.
Wow.
Almost
5 years. And for sure, you have a lot of stories to share, and you have a lot of useful tips for all of our viewers right now, and for those who would also like to join our awesome team, right? So let's start with the roles that your team is hiring. Lon, would you like to share those with us?
Sure. So we actually have a lot of career opportunities for the job seekers out there. So to start off, we are currently hiring for the following positions. So we have bookkeeper, accountant, Australian tax accountant, SMSF accountant, paraplanner. So those are actually for the accounting positions. And then we got non-accounting roles specifically for admin and digital marketer roles. Yeah.
You have a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of open requisitions or positions for our job seekers.
Yeah. So if they're interested in applying, would you like to share with us also the requirements for each role and tell us more about your clients?
Yeah, sure. So I'm currently handling ANZ requisitions, meaning Australian and New Zealand based firms. So we have bookkeepers for these firms. So for the bookkeeper position, you need to have at least 2 to 3 years relevant experience, specifically doing account reconciliation, bank reconciliation, accounts receivable, accounts payable, more on general ledgers. So and then for the accountant position, This entails, a knowledge in preparing financials, specifically profit and loss, financial statements, balance sheet. And then for the Australian tax accountant, we are a bit, strict when it comes to the qualifications, because we want someone with at least 2 years of Australian taxation experience. So this actually includes preparation of financial statements, tax returns for sole traders, company partnerships, and I think trust, and then liaising with the ATO or Australian tax offices as well. So as for the SMSF accountant position, so this is actually a unique and hybrid position, because it's dedicated to providing assistance to accounting firms, specifically for working papers. They're processing insurance, and super funds, using Class Super and BGL software. And then for the paraplanner, it's actually synonymous with the financial planners that we have in the Philippines, or similar profile. But the thing is, they're more on providing the admin assistance to the financial planners with certifications in Australia. So they should be able to provide like and produce a statement of accounts, and other financial advisory related assistance. And then for the non-accounting roles, admin assistant is actually very common with our pipeline or requisition pipeline today, because most of our clients needs virtual assistance, specifically from the BPO background or BPO call center background. So they do calendar management, email correspondence, basic invoicing, and then interaction with clients, really. And of course, they also provide monthly reports to the said firms. And then lastly, we have the digital marketer role. So this specific role is actually in charge of web coding. If you're familiar with the websites, so website management, SEO and reporting.
SEO.
Yep, SEO maintenance and reporting. And then they also do basic front end and back end web designs or web management for the client. So yeah. So
You
these
have a
are
lot of open
yeah,
roles.
yeah.
That means a lot of career opportunities to our job seekers, right?
Yep.
So for sure, they would like to know how they can apply here at TOA,
Mm-hmm.
and what are they going to be expecting from you guys once they
Mm-hmm.
apply.
Yeah, so for the interested career seekers out there, please prepare your updated resume and send it to careers at toaglobal.com with a subject line of FB Live. And then you can also scan the QR code that is flashed on our screen, and visit toajobs.com.ph, and then
Right.
you just need to click the apply button. Yeah. And then expectations for our onset of the application. The recruiters will be reviewing the profiles, and then should we find them qualified for the position, we'll definitely ring them and schedule them for an over the phone interview. Because we do online applications and phone interviews nowadays, because of the pandemic. So yeah, we reach them through Zoom, different platforms, specifically Zoom. We use also Teams as well. So yeah, and then after which, if they pass the initial assessment, they will then be sent an assessment. So these assessment are actually to gauge their set to gauge their accounting skills and knowledge, as well as their communication skills. So we have the English proficiency exam, and then the accounting competency test. So if the candidate rather has passed the assessment, so the next stage for him is to progress with the client endorsement. So client endorsement means that the candidate's profile will be matched and forwarded to the client's job and for review, and should they be should the client be interested in meeting with them, we'll definitely book them for Zoom meetings. And sometimes we also do as I mentioned, Teams and Skype meetings as well. So once the client has successfully identified the candidate, will then do the verbal job offer, and then character check up to the onboarding stage. So yeah.
So how long in total is the application process at, or the hiring process at TOA Global? So
Usually
from
take
application, from sending of their CVs to onboarding.
So it's approximately 1 to 3 weeks. Maximum would be a month, because it really depends on the availability of the client, and of course their decision. So they still need to discuss and share their feedback with their partners. So yeah.
Right. So as you can see on your screen, guys, TOA Global is located in 3 different locations. So there are 3 buildings here in Clark, actually. And we also have a site in Manila and a site in Cebu. If you want to reach us, if you want to have, or if you have questions regarding our open roles here at TOA Global, you can call or text 0919071445 for Clark. For Manila, just text or call 091908288516, and for Cebu, 090889044481. So, Lon, I'm sure you have some tips to for the job seekers who are watching us right now. Would you like to give them some tips? I mean, you've been doing this here at TOA for almost 5 years. For sure, you have a lot to give them, right?
Yeah, actually, Porch's, suggestions and tips are very useful. So, as a job seeker, you need to tailor fit your CV or resume. So, and make sure to be updated, or keep up with the recruitment trends. So connect via LinkedIn and other job portals as well. And then during the interview, make sure to be prepared, research about the company or the client, and engage during the interview, ask questions, and of course highlight your career experience, particularly in this kind of a business that we catered. It's the accounting world, so more on the software, and of course the expertise that they can offer the clients. Yeah, and lastly, I think during the interview, that's actually the best time to ask questions and anything that they want to know about the company or the client, and of course the position.
About the
So
role,
that,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Lon. I have one more question for you. Actually, us recruiters, when we get to hire people, it gives us that kind of fulfillment,
Yep.
right? For sure, you have lots of stories to share, but you could probably share one of those memorable stories since you have been, in hiring candidates here at TOA Global.
Sure. So I actually had lot of I have a lot of experience in terms
Yes.
of recruiting and onboarding candidates. But I just want to share an experience with a specific client and candidate. This account or client has asked me to facilitate a zero demo exam. So I was really, I got nervous because I'm not an accounting professional, and I don't really have like a background in terms of doing reports and this kind of accounting stuff. So I actually asked for instructions, and eventually I was able to facilitate it to the candidate, and the candidate was really surprised that I was able to walk her through this specific zero exam. So I just felt really fulfilled, and I was happy. So because it's unusual for me to be doing a zero demo exam for a candidate. Yeah.
Kudos to you. You were able to handle that very well.
Thank
Right?
you. Yeah. So you need to be,
Okay. Yeah. Go
in
ahead,
this
Lon.
kind of job, you really need to be flexible. You need to learn and, you know, um, innovate your skills so that, you'll be able to keep up with the job requirements and, of course, the trends.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Lon. Those are very helpful. So while we are collecting or collating our winners for our FB Live contests for today, I just want to remind you guys once again on how you can join our awesome team. So right now, we have three main options. Number one is to scan the QR code that's being flashed on your screen right now. Just try to scan it, and it will direct you to our application page. All you need to do is to turn on the camera of your cell phone and make sure that you're connected to the internet, of course, so you can click on the link that will show up. Second option is to email us by sending your CVs to careers@toaglobal.com. Again, that's careers@toaglobal.com. Please don't forget to write FB Live in your email subject. And your third option, if you want to join our awesome team, is to visit our website at toajobs.com.ph/apply. All right. If you have more questions, feel free to call or text our hotline numbers that are flashed on your screen. So, one last thing before we announce our winners, let's have our super fun lighting round, one of my favorite parts of the show, actually. So, I have Poch and Lon. Poch is back. Thank you. You have
Hello.
I'll give you 2 seconds to answer these questions. I only have 3 questions for both of you. You will answer them alternately, and you have 2 seconds to answer them. Game? Okay. All right. Posh, you'll go first. Last food you ate?
Sisig from Pampanga.
Wow.
Thank you, online sellers.
In Manila, right? It's available in Manila.
I'm in
You're
Manila.
in
That's
Manila.
right. Yeah.
Right. Lon?
McDo fries, French fries.
So you ate that earlier today?
Yeah, brunch.
Okay. Poch, your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, that's easy. Waiting.
Kind of relate to that.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Lon? Lon, your biggest pet peeve?
I think it's more on physical. So wrinkly fingers in water. So I'm not so much into wrinkled
Mm.
hands.
I'm sorry, say that again, Lon. When they.
It's wrinkly fingers in water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. I don't like the texture of the hand. Sorry.
That's fine.
Clean,
Okay. Poch,
clean
if you
hands.
could go anywhere right now, where would it be and why? It's hypothetical anyway. I know there's COVID, but if you could go anywhere right now, where would it be?
Is that a travel question?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's travel, right now, Vatican. That just looks so beautiful. Never been there, and I just think that it's one of those places where you could spend the week and feel like you haven't seen everything.
Yeah. Kobe's tuned in and she said same, Poch. She would also
Hey,
like to
Kobe.
see Vatican. Yes. Okay, what about you, Lon?
Japan. Because
Japan.
yeah, I love ramen, so I would love to try authentic ramen. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, Poch and Lon, for joining me today. They have learned a lot from you, and I can see all the appreciation comments below. Right. So that was so much fun. So we're done with our interviews. It's time to pick our Starbucks GC winners. We have the names now. Okay. We would like to announce our winners. We have Oslek Malinaw. Congratulations to you. We also have Wilson Flores Nepomuceno.
Congrats.
Congratulations. And Miguel Dionos.
Congrats.
Congratulations again, Oslek Malinaw, Wilson Flores Nepomuceno, and Miguel Dionos. Congratulations. You just won for yourself Starbucks GCs. We will be reaching out to you after this event. So please make sure that you're still online. Right? So that's a wrap. Hope everyone enjoyed our FB Live for today. Big thanks to you guys, Poch and Lon. I would also like to thank our ever reliable marketing team, the people, the people behind this event, Dex, May, Kobe. Thank you so much. VJ also, who's always there, right, to assist us. Thank you, and all our TOA folks who are tuning in. Enjoy your shift if you have work today. For those who are on holiday off, enjoy the bed weather, right? Again, I'm your
Yeah.
host, Bar Nonato T. We will end this live stream by showing the step-by-step process on how you can join our global team. So stay safe and stay awesome, everyone. Bye.
Bye.